I feel as though this is God's ministry, and I think that He brings the clients here that need help, and I think that He also provides those people to support this ministry.
Women, young girls, need the support of the community when they're faced with needs, and the Selah Center supplies those needs, whether it be diapers or love and support from the advocates and the receptionists, or just someone to talk to. I'm doing this because I want to give back to a community that gave to me, that helped me at a time that I needed it, and so I just feel like I want to give back, and this is a perfect way to give back.
We help women who have young children, as well as the dads and the grandparents and other members of the family, to be able to help support that growing family.
Well, I think it's just really great to give back, but most of all, especially because my parents were young parents when I was born. And someone shared Christ with my mom, and it made such a difference in our home. And so I wouldn't be here today if someone hadn't shared Christ with my mom and mentored her.
In my life, the Selah Center, it's made it better. It's helped me get a better relationship with God. It's helped me with getting the supplies I needed for her, because I'm a single mother, so it's really helped me out with a lot of things.
I'm very excited to have the Selah Center here in the community because I think it is a very necessary organization to help young women who don't know where to turn.
I feel that supporting the Selah Center is a wonderful outreach to Mecklenburg County, any surrounding counties. It means a lot to my heart.
I found it quite fulfilling to be able to get back in the schools. I was a former teacher and retired now, and I've enjoyed very much getting back into school.
Well, it helped us when I found out I was pregnant, and to get education and also the benefit of getting baby items. I like what's going on here, and that especially the focus on God too. It brings mothers to God.
An advocate is the person who actually does lessons with the clients. Some slight counseling involved, but we actually meet with the clients and do the lesson plans and work with them to see how we can meet their needs.
They help women with kids for Pampers, diapers, and stuff like that. So it's real good to help parents that need help. Well, they more like family than friends to me now that I've been going here so long.
It's one thing to say that you're against abortion, but it's another thing to roll up your sleeves and do something to help.
Well, I'm very thankful to be able to serve in the role as receptionist and also IT manager. I really ask people to pray about how they can help this ministry.
The I Am Enough program helps youth have hope. It helps them to know that there are choices and consequences for choices, and it helps them to know that they have self-worth and that they can stand up to peer pressure, and they can also make good choices.
I come here pretty much on a weekly basis, and we do lessons every week, and I learn a lot about Him. The Selah Center has made a huge impact on my life, and I recommend them to everybody that I meet.
Well, I'd say personally, it's really given me purpose in my life.
I am one of the volunteers for the I Am Enough program because it is a Christ-centered ministry, and I think it's very important in the community that people get a right start in making healthy choices.
So the I Am Enough program, which the Selah Center makes available to us, brings in mentors, brings in persons that can deal with topics that are very important for the positive development of students at that critical middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade period of time in their lives. And so we're very, very appreciative for that opportunity.
Well, when I worked as a school nurse, I worked with a lot of high school girls who found themselves in that situation, and I just feel a strong need to help them.
We need an organization like the Selah Center in Clarksville and in many towns, but it's important to have this organization so that women will choose life over death, and will choose love over anything else.
And I'm not talking about serving many hours every month. You'd be surprised at some of the skills that we need, from building to folding clothes to washing, to answering the phone. There's just so many things that we do need. And I just urge everybody to pray and ask how they might support the Selah Center.
I think it's of paramount importance to provide a center like this, rooted in God's Word, to show hope to the hopeless.
I am the founder and the I Am Enough coordinator for the Selah Center. As a community, when you choose to support the Selah Center, then you are making a positive impact, not only now, but also in the future of our community, and that will last for lifetimes to come.
It is important to me to support the Selah Center because we know that our life is precious, and the work that the Selah Center does is so important in getting that message out to the community.
Well, that I Am Enough program specifically has been one that we have seen the difference that it's made to the young people.
It's important, I think, as a community to support the Selah Center. Strong communities are made up of strong families, and that's what we are trying to do here. We're trying to equip families to be healthy and give them the tools that they need in order to have a good, healthy life here in Lake Country.
In our community, we have been able to establish relationships with moms and dads that we would have never been able to have if the Selah Center wasn't here. We've been able to walk them through their pregnancies and watch their kids grow and be there to help them minister and care and love their kids. And through the I Am Enough program, we have been able, last year alone, we ministered to over 500 students in 3 different middle schools. And so we are meeting kids where they are, and we are answering a lot of tough questions that they have about character development and sexual purity. And so we get to have those conversations that if the Selah Center had not been here, we would have never been able to have those conversations with these kids. And our goal is to make an impact on the community, and I think these services will do that.
I'm so happy to be here. I thank you so much for all of your support over the years. This church has been faithful through your regular giving as a church body, and several individuals have been faithful to support the Selah Center through their giving, or some of you have even been volunteers in the past, and I'm sure many of you have prayed for us in the past. So as your pastor Chet said, I am Ruth McDonald. I'm the current director, and I think your pastor is now a new board member of the Selah Center, so we're really excited about that. And we opened in 2016. You learned a lot from the video, but I'll just give you a little overview for those who maybe not know us very well. Yes, 2016, right downtown in Clarksville, like you saw in the pictures. And we now, excuse me, in 2020, we also opened a satellite office in South Boston on Seymour Drive. Maybe you've seen our sign. And next year, we hope to open a satellite office in South Hill, Virginia. And we just want to be closer to where the women are so that we can help them, and they just more available to be able to help them. And so what we are, as you saw in the video, is a crisis pregnancy center. And what that means is we are pro-life. Our mission statement is helping pregnant women make choices that will save lifetimes. So it is our mission that we reach those women in our area who might be in a crisis pregnancy, find themselves just unexpectedly pregnant, not knowing what to do. And we hope that they will know about us and that they will come and talk with us, our peer counselors, and just find hope. Find hope in the Lord, find hope in realizing that, as the psalmist says, you created my inmost being, meaning God. You created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. So we hope all women will realize that the precious life that's in them was God ordained. In our time, though, abortion is so easy. It's often regarded just as a birth control. And in fact, the chemical abortion pill that has been used for years now in abortion clinics is available in our state online, and that is a real travesty. We are one of only 3 states in the nation that it is legal to receive it through the mail. And hopefully that will change with new government. But anyway, it's just, it's gotten so easy, that abortion is so easy, that the mentality is that it's just, like I said, just an alternative to birth control. And it's a real health risk to women. So we want them to be able to come to us and to see that there are perhaps other options, that they can choose life for their baby, whether that's raising that child themselves and they didn't realize that it was a possibility, or perhaps letting another loving family raise that child. And so we want them to work through those different options. And we're trying different ways to reach these women. We have recently, this past year, started a Google ad, and we've upgraded our website, and we still want to work on that some more. And we've tried advertising in the newspapers, we tried advertising on the radio. We are trying all different ways to reach these women, that they will know that we are here to help them. And we trust God, as you heard in the video. God is sovereign, and he's going to bring just those women to us that he wants us to be able to talk to. So the phrase "save lifetimes" in our mission statement is not just for the women who find themselves pregnant, but those who actually are the men too, those who are choosing life for their babies but need help. Couples, women and men, couples who come to us, and we want to be able to help them become great parents. We want to help them financially if they need that kind of help. And so we have a program called Earn While You Learn. And that's where many folks like you who donate diapers and clothes to us, that's what it's for. Couples and single women who come to us to take classes. We offer classes in everything from prenatal care, labor and delivery, newborn care. We have several parenting series. We sometimes get couples or moms coming for parenting classes in particular, even when they have older children. And when they come for classes, usually once a week, then they earn what we call baby bucks. And those baby bucks they can redeem for the diapers and the baby clothes and wipes and lots. Sometimes they save them up to get bigger items that might be donated to us, like swings and cribs and things like that we can help them with. So, but mostly we want to visit with them in addition to helping them become great parents with these great videos that we have, but to also teach them about the Lord, to just let them know that he loves them. And we want them to realize that they can respect themselves. Sometimes they get themselves into this situation because of lack of self-respect. So we want them to learn value of themselves, that God values them. God loves them for who they are. And so this is a message that we try to get across to the couples and the women who come to visit us. You heard in the video also about the I Am Enough program. Maybe you're kind of wondering what that is. So that's another area of ministry besides the Earn While You Learn program that we do. We train volunteers, and they go into the middle school, usually for a week-long program, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, boys and girls separately, so it takes quite a few volunteers. And we teach a program that teaches, again, respect of self, respect of others. Sometimes we touch on the topic of bullying because that's not showing respect of others. And so we try to teach them that, teaching how to make good choices for themselves, to stand up for what is right for themselves. And we also teach about sexual integrity. So this is an excellent program that we did teach for several years before COVID. We have not been able to get back into the schools yet. We were hoping to this year, but perhaps next year. So be preparing for that. So you saw several I Am Enough volunteers that were in the video talking about how good that program is. And so hopefully we will get into the schools next year. And another area of ministry is abortion recovery. And abortion can be a very emotional time, just causing depression. And women just feel guilt afterwards. And God is in the big business of forgiveness. And it can be even years later, a woman just still feels guilty about the life that they ended. And God, though, wants them to get out of that bondage. And so we have a Bible study that we do with women on abortion recovery. So that's another ministry that we handle. We recently had a teen, not married, couple coming to us. In fact, they're due to have their baby any time now. And we're so excited that we have a husband and wife team of volunteers that has been able to minister with them a few times. Sometimes the time they come isn't when my couple volunteer is on duty, but they've connected several times. And this is what we hope to expand, is we've been able to do male mentoring with the teenage guy. When this couple is our volunteer, the husband of that couple will take the male teen aside and mentor them during that time that they come to our office. And so that's another area of ministry we hope to expand, but we need more male volunteers to be able to do that. We actually have several couples that come to us for classes. In Ephesians, in Ephesians 4:16, Paul addresses what occurs when believers functioning individually work together as a whole. He says, under his, meaning Christ's, direction, the whole body is fitted together perfectly as each part does its own special work. It helps the other parts grow so that the whole body is healthy and growing and full of love. What a great picture of the Church of Christ. What a great picture of your local church. Each individual doing specifically that special role that God has called you to do to help the church grow and full of love. And that's for the Selah Center too. The Selah Center is just an extension of the local church. So perhaps God is pricking your conscience of how you can be an individual part of the Selah Center's ministry to help the Selah Center grow full of love. Perhaps, what is that special work that God might be calling to you? Well, let me give you some suggestions. One way is that you can pray for us. That may be your special purpose that God is calling you to help the Selah Center. We want to pray specifically. Our continuous prayer is right now, since COVID, we've been kind of low in numbers. And we know that there's more women out there, but they are not coming in. We don't know if it's fear on their part or they just don't know we're here. But pray that God will bring those women who need our help to come and talk with us. And you can spread the word. Word of mouth is a great way to just let people know that we are here and what we do. So perhaps you say, well, I don't know anybody. Well, maybe you have a friend or a neighbor or a friend of a friend who has, you hear about a young woman who unexpectedly is pregnant and scared, not knowing what to do. You tell them about the Selah Center so that they will come and talk with us. So word of mouth. Perhaps God is pricking your conscience to volunteer. We do need more volunteers in South Boston, specifically Monday afternoons, and we need more volunteers in Clarksville. And as I said, hopefully in March, we're going to be opening another satellite office in South Hill. I know that's not your area, but perhaps that could be an area you could help in. Another area is become a regular donor. So as I said, several of you here have blessed us being monthly regular donors, but maybe God is pricking your mind to say, gee, maybe I could do that regularly, and we would appreciate it so much. That's the foundation of our support. So each part, as it said in Ephesians, each part doing its specific work for the whole in love. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I would like you to listen to God, and maybe God is pricking your conscience of what he would have you to do to help the Selah Center. So just obey God. That's what each of us needs to do in our lives, is just listen and obey. So I do have a sign-up sheet in the back. If you do not receive our email newsletters, which come out about every other month, it's because we don't have your email. And also, if you are interested in volunteering, so you could sign your contact information on the sign-up sheet in the back. If you would like more information, there's some brochures out there that you could pick up on your way out. And as again, I said, we just really appreciate this church a lot for supporting us. Thank you.